Good afternoon, traders, and welcome back to the Hot Stocks Outlook for January 11th, 2019. Hope you're all having an excellent week in the financial markets, and as always, plenty of markets to cover. We're going to start here. We've got Amazon, Electronic Arts, Netflix, Roku, and Transocean, with really a lot going on in that energy and crude oil space. But let's go ahead and start here with Amazon, which is really where we left off last week. And we have right up against the price data here. These are daily bars and candles. You see we have a black line, a blue line. We have our predicted neural index at the bottom of the screen here. You see we can be green or red there. And lastly, you have a predicted high and a predicted low that's provided before each and every trading day. So before the actual trading day is populated, as you see it with these red and green bars, you get that shadow bar predicting, okay, what is a predicted high and predicted low? So you can go ahead and take action on that market for those intraday decisions. So here in Amazon, and really where we left off is, okay, well, if you're looking to get long the market, the blue line you see remains above the black line. The trend is still up. And what we were actually really talking about was that, you actually get picked up at this really the open. If you had an order waiting at the predicted low, you're going to get filled at the open. You see the next trading day, another opportunity to get filled. And before, really right up to the end of that trading day, you close a little lower, and then immediately the trend takes off and this is moving higher. So really nice opportunity here in shares of Amazon, and we're really seeing this all over the tech space. So as we move forward, you're going to see we're going to look at EA, Netflix, Roku, but here 13% move from that entry on January 2nd, and really that was about 5 days ago in our Hot Stocks Outlook. 7 full days ago, about 5 trading days, but 13% move to the upside, and we're seeing this all over the place. So $193 per share. Not a bad situation as far as shares of Amazon there. So again, if you trade the options, that's the day where you want to go ahead and execute those call options. Definitely cover any short positions you have, and you see a huge explosion higher there. Now, moving forward, let's look at shares at Electronic Arts. And so here we have very similar situation. Blue line crosses above the black line. You see going into the end of December there. Neural index remains in this bullish configuration. So what that's showing you is over these 48-hour windows that it keeps forecasting for, it's really just forecasting continued strength in the market. So really the last bit of this as a trader is deciding that, okay, well, where do I want to look to get involved in the market? And again, you see the same thing. You actually get filled on this gap lower, possibly adding near position there, and this market really exploding and moving higher, very similarly to a lot of those other stocks. So, what you want to be doing over this past week is recognizing those predicted moving averages crossing to the upside, looking for areas to, again, cover short positions, get long, whether it's Amazon or EA or any of the other companies here that are showing the indicators in this configuration. So here you have shares of Netflix, blue line crossing above the black line. You see the neural index strongly there, suggesting over those subsequent 48-hour periods, there's a very bullish trend in place. So come in as an intraday trader, use those predicted high and low ranges to decide where you want to take action on the market. And you see here more recently a couple trading days where you hit those predicted lows, immediately trade higher. For those shorter term day traders, those are the levels you really want to be scouting out. It's about 4 entries, about 3 entries here. You might not get picked up here. But again, really nice opportunity as shares of Amazon, EA, Netflix, really a broad area of the markets are moving higher aside from some of the higher yielding stuff, things like utilities, consumer cyclical sort of things, or non-cyclical sort of things. But there's a 23% move higher in shares of Netflix, $60 per share. So again, if you're an options trader and you really just buy a few contracts here, you're going to be making a ton of money to the upside as the premium really explodes on those contracts. So you got a 23% move over here, Amazon up about 13%, EA here up. Look at shares of Roku. And this is where things get really exciting for traders, where there's plenty of areas in the market that are really directing you to, okay, go ahead and get long, use these tools to make those determinations of where you actually want to take that position, what markets you want to be getting long and not get tripped up in some other area of the markets that aren't going to do so well. Here's shares of Roku. And just like all these other opportunities that we've taken a look at, this is predicted low, again, getting filled at that level here, again, getting filled there, getting filled here. But this market is absolutely exploding in an uptrend here. So we go ahead and take a look at the overall profit calculator here. You've got shares up 40% in 6 trading days. But again, it's very similar. You see Amazon, EA, Netflix, Roku, meaning that if you're utilizing the software, you're going to see all of these crosses coming over, all on the NASDAQ, a lot of the S&P stocks, but a lot of these areas that have been beaten down starting to look very bullish and very clear forecasts of, okay, well, if you want to trade that bullishness, where do you want to get in? What markets do you want to participate in? And lastly here, just crude oil's been flying up. So if you look at the crude oil futures charts, we have a strong uptrend, and that's translated to bullishness in shares of the energy stocks here. So here we have shares of Transocean here, and it's the exact same thing. You see, we have this bullish wave coming through, and if you're going to participate, at least have these areas where you can come in and say, okay, I want to be bullish. Where should I go ahead and be looking to set those long positions? You see shares absolutely exploding here as far as Transocean and really just all over the oil space. So crude oil was up about 5% the other day. All of these energy stocks doing very well, but 23% move to the upside on a stock that was trading below $7. So, if you're buying 1,000 shares, pretty modest position there as far as, the overall size of a position, but 1,000 shares there doing very, very well, of about $1,600 in just really the past 6 trading days as that market explodes higher. So there's just been fantastic opportunities here. Roku up 40%, Netflix 23%, plenty of areas to be making money on the upside and really getting away from those bearish opportunities where we had some really bearish runs and trends moving to the downside. Great opportunities to use these levels to short. But obviously over the last week is very big companies where you can trade the options all throughout energy as well. Very, very bullish and very clear that you want to get long in these areas of the market. So, as always, guys, have a great rest of the trading week. It looks like there's some really exciting things going on out there in the markets. Once again, thank you all for watching. This has been our Hot Stocks Outlook for January 11th, 2019. Thanks again. Best of luck, and bye for now.